Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of this and other friends, and welcome to this another brand new day. Really quick, of course, the Shelton, Washington weather report last night when I went out walkies. It started off light because I left early enough, but by the time I got back, it was dark. It was damp, largely didn't rain until the very end, and it was just misty, sprinkly. But it's raining now. So it's going to be a damp day. Thumbs up for that. We need rain, and that's a good thing. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Hopefully your day is going well, no matter when you are watching this. Whether you watch it within the first 24 hours of it being posted, or you happen to be one of the few people that watches these things later on. Thumbs up. Welcome. Hopefully your day is a great one. Thumbs up for that. Now, though, I know over the past couple days, and even before that, I've banged on a lot about the ADHD meds that I am taking, and I whined about it a lot the other day. Now, that was just, I'm whining in some cases because I'm a human being, and so that's the way things go. I've been largely pleased by the meds. The only thing I don't like is when they wear off, because that's, as stated, it's painful. It's like if you could not walk, and then you take the meds and then suddenly you can walk. It's freeing. And then the meds wear off and you can't walk again. It's painful. I don't like it. The lower dosage spread out for coverage during the entire day instead of a large dose in the morning and then nothing for the rest of the day. The low dose over the long period seems to work better because instead of full concentration, at least I got a little bit, and that lasts instead of the larger bump that fades. So that's good. Now, I talked a little bit about this yesterday, I think it was. I've mentioned it to Russian Timing on Facebook Messenger, where before I started taking these meds, I would go a long time without turning on any of my consoles. Like I would sometimes only turn on the Xbox just to see what new games are there for Xbox Live. And then largely the only reason that I play some things for a little bit and then just my normal stuff takes over and I stop again. And then largely the only reason I got the PS4 going before was just I use it to record my vlogging. I turn on the PS4, I go into the Share Factory, I've got the camera there, I record the video on that. And then I take where is it here? A little USB stick, I suck the file off that, and then I spit it onto the computer, so to speak. And so I do all of that work on the PS4, and so there's a little bit of impetus there to be able to turn it on. Since Wednesday, when I have been able to take the meds, I've got my Xbox on and playing. I mentioned, Wednesday when I first started, I played Red Dead Redemption out of the box for the first time ever, and I'd had it maybe a year. And then the next day I started playing it in the morning, not much because I had a lot to happen, and then the day by noon the meds were wearing off, and I felt trapped and I couldn't do anything because when I'm on the meds it's just, hey, I want to play this, turn on the machine and go. When I'm not, when they've worn off, it is just exhausting to even think of turning the machine on. I have to think about turning it on and then waiting and then sitting there as it loads because, oh my God, the Xbox hard drives are just slow as hell. And so it takes forever just to load and the games load, and just thinking about it is exhausting. So I couldn't play anything at all on Wednesday. Or was that no, Thursday. Friday, yesterday, because I spread the meds out, I once again played Red Dead Redemption off and on all day. And not only that, I own Dishonored, the full everything DLC and stuff for the PC. And I've played that, and it's good. I've also been spending time playing it on the Xbox. So having these meds, even a low amount, that takes me just from my normal flightiness to, hey, I can concentrate a little bit, is nice. I can't concentrate hugely, but even a little bit is nice. So yeah, I've been playing Xbox stuff. I've been playing Bloodborne again. I'm up to Rom the Vacuous Spider as the boss again. Now, there are some games and some bosses that is just no fun. And in fact, flightiness still applies because it's low dosage. But one thing that pissed me off about the game, Medieval. I love the game, but this pissed me off. Sometimes there are parts in games that I just flat don't enjoy. A specific boss fight I do not like. A specific spot in the game, it's not fun. I just have to power through the part that I'm hating so that I can get to the enjoyable spots again. There was a spot in a Medieval. No fun. I mean, it just plain pissed me off. It was either use a cheat or just never play it again because it had pissed me off so much because it was a bad part that I did not enjoy, that was a choke point. You make it through the part that you hate or you can't play the game anymore. So rather than just not play the game anymore, I used a cheat to get past that. So of course there's an achievement, Filthy Cheater. My immediate thought on that is, I am this close to never playing your game again and telling everybody out there to stay away from it. Just that one thing. If I have to use a cheat to get to a part of your game that I hate, that is no fun, that is lousy and sucks, if I have to use a cheat to get past a part of the game that you made no fun, rather than just not stopping, then don't you dare call me a filthy cheater when I want to continue playing your game, but I don't want to just tell the rest of the world you suck at game design at this one point. I think I would rather cheat to get past the part of your game that is awful, terrible, and just makes me want to tell everyone to avoid you as game developers, and get past that. I ain't a filthy cheater. At that point, you failed in game design. Just like in the game Dusk. I love the game Dusk. There are 3 episodes. First episode, it's done like like old Doom. There's the first mission, the second mission, the third mission. They're all parts of the same game, it's just broken up episodically. That's the way Dusk is. There's the first part, the second part, the third part. Part 3, I just cheated my way through it because as inventive as episode 1 was, and as inventive as episode 2 was, in part 3 it was largely just large arenas with huge amounts of monsters that keep popping in, and you just keep running and dodging in these huge arenas until they're all dead. One after the other. Boring. Awful. I understand it's hard, especially if you're just one person, to make up enough maps to justify something. And any dev team, whether it's one person or 1,000 people, by the time they get to the end of the game, it's hard to make a satisfying end game. It is really tough, especially considering, especially these days, most people don't finish the game. You put in an inventive, fascinating, wonderful end game, and 5% of the people that buy the game are going to get there. Why spend all that time and energy on it? For 5% of the people? Well, yeah, I was one of the 5% that made it. I'm kind of wish I hadn't. Boring and awful, arena after arena after arena, and then the end was just, it's another large room with a boss and you shoot it until it dies. So, There are times and there are things and there's stuff and it's hard to make games. So really, I'm not blaming them for not being inventive all the time. I mean, I'm not going to play episode 3 because it's not fun. I don't enjoy it. I beat it, quote unquote, so that's good. I'm never going to do it again. But this part in the medieval, because you can largely do it in almost any what's the word? That's the word. I was going to say like rank or role or positioning. It's largely linear, but once you've got areas opened up, which spots you go into isn't as linear. So there's a lot of good stuff in there, just the occasional choke point, and it was just no fun. Now, on the other hand, when I was doing a Let's Play for a medieval for the channel like a couple years back, when I beat the one boss on this one level, the game bugged and the exit did not open. And so it had been, a year and some, 2 years since I played it, and it never worked right. I did go through it again, and I beat the boss, and the thing opened up properly. So I've gone through and beat the game every single episode. They're still working on it, though, so that's a good thing. But point being, it's really, really nice to be able to concentrate enough to actually play games on the consoles. Again, it's painful on the Xbox One because the hard drive is so freaking slow. It takes like 2 minutes or more to boot up. And then if you load a game, it takes forever again. It's just painful to boot the thing up. But with ADHD meds, I can do it. One of the reasons I really dislike playing the game No Man's Sky so much is on my computer system, it takes forever to load. Literally. Once it starts up and it goes into the, oh, what do you want to do? You want to play a single player game? And you say yes. And then it goes through a star field with stars running by as it gets stuff. It is literally 5 minutes of that on my computer as it loads. 5 minutes of sitting there waiting for it to do something. So I'll play it, but I don't play it a lot. They have it for the Xbox. I've been trying it on there, so who knows, I may still do more stuff. It's good to do things, because a lot of the time, without ADHD meds, I sit and just dither a lot during the day, where I'm sitting in silence, or I'm just watching videos, wanting to do something, but unable. With the ADHD meds, I'm not just dithering. I'm doing stuff. And oddly, time really speeds up with these meds. I have mentioned that. For me, with my ADHD, days pass like hours, weeks pass like days. Individually, as I'm in a day, it doesn't just zoom by, but they go fast. Like from Monday to Friday, 5 days can sometimes just feel like a day or two. But when I'm on the ADHD meds, hokey smokes, time just is boom, 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 boom. And in fact, even as I'm doing stuff, I run out of time for stuff that I would normally do. And I don't understand where that time is going, because I'm not sitting, I'm not just staring, I'm doing stuff. And yet I'm not having enough time to get everything done. The days are passing like hours. And I don't know where the time is going. Thumbs up on that? Now, I know I've been yammering a lot just about ADHD meds and my ADHD the past couple days. That's because this is a huge change for me, these things. And because it's a huge change, it really stands out. And because it stands out, I talk about it. So hopefully I'm not boring you all to tears. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey of exploration. It is greatly appreciated. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them later on. Thumbs up each one I do. Answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow, but for right now I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count an American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, and more, sometimes I can't remember what my name is. Getting better, but, Doge's Army, thumbs up and thank you. Confused Owl 29, very good to see you in the comments. Hamster Cult, son of a gun. And here Chalky, thumbs up and thank you. Zarathustra, oh, I like the name, thumbs up. And MUISEO, thumbs up and thank you. Sebastian Ferris, I'm sorry you're so tired, and good to see you in the comments. Ricky Bettini with the daily reminder to live every day to the fullest. Super Supreme Wrestling, thumbs up and thank you. Michael John Kelly, greatly appreciated. Johnny Parsnips, I like the name. Oh, excuse me. Mora David, thumbs up and thank you. Nand Rice Saruti, I have no idea if that's properly pronounced, but thank you very much. Lucas Person, greatly appreciated. We have Advanced Polson, much better than the simple or basic Polson, greatly appreciated. Insignificant Nick, good to see you. Ike Nooney, thumbs up and thank you. Iceberg 6901, oh my Chrome decided to reload the page, and then when I scroll to the bottom of something, because it's Chrome and Google, it will wait until I scroll like 5 or 6 times before it goes, oh, you want me to poll? You want me to bring up more comments? Okay. So, thanks a lot, Chrome and Google. Jeremy Sauer, thumbs up and thank you. And Jamie's Division, good to see you in the comments. And then we have Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. Hi Hoo, ahaha, thumbs up and thank you. And that is it, 22 comments. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. It is appreciated, it's new win, thumbs up and thank you. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my if you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. Definitely a thumbs up and thank you so much. And if you could toss me a like, that would be very, very cool, greatly appreciated. And of course, hitting the notification bell on the subscription button would be very cool as well. Definitely a thumbs up and thank you so very much. The horsehead of encouragement, even though it portends not well that it is wearing a lobster hat, still wishes the very best for each and every one of us that walks upon the face of this world. We are a species with almost limitless potential, and even though the few billionaires that are out there right now are destroying us and our planet, the horsehead of judgment still wishes the very best for each and every one of us. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And of course, Black Lives Matter. Good golly, Miss Molly, and stop Asian hate. Ugh. And try to stay as safe and creative as is humanly possible. These are hard times, and it is difficult. I know, definitely, thumbs up on the effort. So, stay home unless you have to go out. And if you have to go out, please wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, maintain your social distancing. You really do not want to be gasping out the last of your life on a ventilator in a hospital on quarantine. No fun, no good. So please be safe. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing.